So, I've got a U-Wing project that I'm going to work on. Back in 2016, 2017, when Rogue One came out, the Lego brought out this version of the U-Wing, 75155, and it was a great set. It was a huge build. The wingspan of this vehicle is massive. It displays superbly because it sits perfectly flat. The doors on the side were exactly as they were in the film. It had some great minifigures, and altogether this was a great build. Now, more recently, they have brought out a new version for the Andor series, 75399, I believe. And this set was okay at best. The one thing this set was good for was the figures, and one figure in particular, Dedra Meera. So, I bought the set for that figure, but it was a disappointing set. Until, on Rebrickable, I found somebody who had made a design where you could take two of the new versions and build them into a one bigger version that's more detailed, closer to the original, and can fit two people in the cockpit. So I went onto eBay. I have got a second version without the figures because I already have them, and I'm going to combine the two using Cody Rayner's plans from Rebrickable to see what the final product looks like. I'm hoping it's as good as, if not better, than the one before. Let's go and build it and see how it turns out. So here is the final build. Two of the latest U-Wings, 75399, doubled up with Cody Rayner's Rebrickable instructions to make a large U-Wing, and it is a lovely build. Let me just take my camera and I'll show you from above. So there we go. Now obviously I don't have an original for comparison anymore, but I do have the 2016 model. It's not that much bigger than the 2016 model. Now, it is an improvement on 75399. That much is for sure. What I do like is that you can fit both Cassian Andor and K2SO into the cockpit. You have to remove these pieces to get them in and out, but that's not a problem, because I would say that this model is more for display purposes. It has a kind of UCS feel to it as more as a playability. It still doesn't have the sliding doors. You've still got the fold down, which isn't like the model here, which I preferred, which was the sliding the doors that came open like that for battle, but it is nice. Now, on their very original Rogue One, the wings fold out and actually stick in place, and there's a playability factor with that, and you will get that with 75399, the smaller version. These ones, the wings fold out, but as you can see, they are a little flimsy, and they don't hold in, so this is more a display model than anything else, and I would keep it in this position for display. There are differences between the two, but if you think about it, this one came with a Rebel pilot, So this one is quite clearly one of the U-Wings that was dropping off soldiers on Scarif, whereas this is Andor's. So like the X-Wings, there may have been personal touches to various ships, so they aren't exactly modelled on exactly the same ship, just like Porkins and Luke had two different X-Wings and Wedge had a different X-Wing. These are two different U-Wings. However, this is a much nicer build for display than 75399, and I would say if you can still find this one anywhere and you don't have a U-Wing, this one is the one to go for. The one from Rogue One, it is nice, but this is a nice U-Wing build, and I definitely think it looks better on display. And of course, here's Dedra Meera and one of the Coruscant troopers who they fight with in Andor, and it's quite a nice wee touch. Now, one of the other things you could do with the bricks that were left is you could build this little troop transport, and so I've added a little Imperial, not Imperial, a wee Rebel trooper. I think they're one of the Alderaan soldiers, and I've got 3 spare X-Wing pilots or Y-Wing pilots ready to go there. So that is a nice wee touch. There are lots of good spares left. You'll be left with a spare cockpit, which is good for future builds. But all in all, I enjoyed building that, and this will make a good display model. So there you go. There is the Rebrickable rebuild of the U-Wing.